Don't give up on yourself. First of all, believe in yourself. Become aware and believe in yourself. And then don't give up on yourself. And don't get your validation from other people. We're so worried about getting the world to believe in you, you forget to get yourself to believe in you. Showing up every day, honoring what you told your body and your mind you were going to do. It's showing up every day and doing what you said you were going to do, not for anyone else, but for you, so that you start to believe in yourself. You start to see your potential. You start to see your impact. It's convincing you first.
Kill Complacency, a podcast that inspires growth and intentionality and helps you overcome your greatest obstacles.
A guy called me this week. I'm in the real estate space, and he called me and he said, hey, could you coach me and blah, blah, blah. And he starts telling me everything he knows. And I said, hey, listen, your problem is what you've said. Your problem is you're afraid to fail. I said, you need to go out there and do a couple deals. He's like, I can't. I said, no, listen. I said, you have to fail. I said, you have to be okay with failing. Otherwise, I said, you have everything. I said, you have the resources, you have the money, you have the time. Like, I can't drum this up for you any better. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he was afraid of failure. Mm-hmm. So yeah, talk to me a little bit about that. How do we help people be okay with failure? Because it's a mindset, right?
It is an absolute mindset. I think, if we're talking like on our podcast and you and I, let's say in general, right? So the mass populace. I think the way we help people with that is telling more stories of failures. Of you, people like you and I who are successful, telling people, I failed my way here. Mm-hmm. I failed my way here. I fail often. Really talking about what, the buzzword is the messy middle. But we need to talk about it more as entrepreneurial people, as professionals. Let's talk about how hard it was. Let's talk about how many times we skinned our knees. Let's talk about how many times somebody, shut a door on you. Let's talk about that and not be ashamed of it. And let people know that is status quo. That's normal. It's good. Right? It's good. Right? That, I don't know, this silly thing like fail forward, right? I mean, that's silly, but come on, let's talk about it more. But on the individual level, let's say that gentleman, for example, there is a limiting belief there. There is a set
absolutely.
Point. There is something that is telling him there's some rooted deeper that if you fail, you're worthless. If you fail, you're not something. There is a very big, what they call transanalysis. There's a tape going on that is telling him. And you know this, DISC, and you know other assessments. Also how you're wired will really play into that. So somebody like that, if you're, I would say, tell me if you agree with this, Marty, if somebody is that paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Then they need therapy. They need to talk to somebody. They need to talk to somebody.
Because they got to get to the root of it.
They do. I send a lot of my clients to therapy, and not that everybody needs therapy, but everybody.
Does
needs
it work?
Yeah.
They come out and they can.
Yes. Because, and it's not like I need therapy for the rest of my life.
It's because there's a deep wound of some sort.
There's a deep wound stopping them from achieving something. There is something. All of us have something. You think of it. Here's a rough example. In sales, we have to ask, what's your budget?
Yeah.
But what are we taught as kids? Don't talk about money, right? So that's a super easy way to say it. But let me circle back because this is a little bit vulnerable for me. But again, my childhood, I was told I was worthless. And actions said that too. Why do you think it was so hard for me to start my own business and believe I was going to be in charge for it? Because for 18 years, I was told I was worthless. And now, in my late 40s, I'm going to change that and say, no, you are. And that, I had to unpack that. I had thought I unpacked that already, but that new brave step, I had to unpack it even more so that I didn't stop myself.
That's really good. And it's really good. Did you I mean, you were 2 decades in at that point of really like being a somebody. I mean, if you will, like in the world.
Yeah.
But you were still handicapped.
Oh, very much so.
By, I don't know the right words, but your upbringing.
Absolutely. Now, again, I'm being very transparent. Let's just get real. The reason for 2 decades that I thrived and I did so well was because I was proving that I was worthy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Because you didn't want to fail.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So I picked an area, and my career was where I was not going to fail. Mm-hmm. So I did everything.
You were the A student.
You got it, right? I was going to be the best. Because what was I doing? I was trying to prove. Mm-hmm. Now, here's what happened, though. At that same time, I know I need to start my own business, and now I've got to just feel okay in my skin, right? Is the same time that I also, there's something that happens. So if you're out there and you're like me and you're a workaholic because you're trying to prove that you're valuable and you're worthy, there's going to come a time where you have achieved.
Yeah.
Where you have the cars, you have the house, you have the bank account, you have all the things. You have this success. And you look at yourself in the mirror and you're empty.
Yeah.
And you're scared. And you realize that it didn't fix that hole. Mm-hmm. So I had to go through that while...
Do you feel like you had, I'm going to call it a light bulb moment, where you came to that? And I'll back up. I had that. I was raised more Dave Ramsey. Mm-hmm. And at 29, I was free and clear in a house, debt-free, no student debt. And it was a huge letdown.
Yeah.
Because I had built this up in my mind, this aspiration.
Yeah.
And it was hollow. And it was like, I thought I was supposed to feel better than that.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. People need to hear that.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Because, and I think it's the pursuit, the pursuit's a good pursuit, but the validation I was trying to get.
You just nailed it. Here's the problem, right? We cannot be validated from exterior things.
Yes, that's the problem.
That's it, right? But often
we strive for it.
We do. Doesn't mean we don't strive for excellence. Doesn't mean that we don't strive and set goals and do all of these things. But our validation can never come, especially I tell people, don't get your emotional needs met in sales, right?
Yeah, otherwise it does this.
Oh, right, right. The next hang up, you suck, I mean, it's just, but anyway, but yeah, to your point, I had to learn that I was valuable and that it doesn't matter what my bank account looks like. It doesn't matter about anything. I had to rewrite to what I thought success was for me. I still have goals. Mm-hmm. I have actually audacious goals. But
can you share one?
No. I think the biggest audacious goal right now is just that, launching the book, my podcast, that kind of stuff.
That's what I was going to ask. Tell me about your book.
That's enough.
Okay.
That's enough. But I'm already doing stuff that 1% of people are doing. Mm-hmm. So that's audacious enough. I've got some other things, but I don't want to share those.
You should publish them because
yeah,
they'll probably do them if there's accountability.
But I want here's why though. I want people to realize have goals, have dreams, but define success for you.
Over the years, I have been coached by countless mentors, and now I want to offer that to you as well. How? By Marty Hofmann's Life Coaching. This will be a 6-week program in which I will guarantee you will develop a more growth mindset. We will set goals and learn about the importance of the processes and habits behind those goals. I will also help you see your story differently as things happening for you, not to you. We will also be discussing your future self and give you clarity on who that is and what it looks like. For more information, please follow the link below or hop on martyhoffman.com and follow the coaching link.
Define success for you. When you and I, before we started this, we were talking about the depths of my friendships. Success to me is I'm laying on my deathbed and I look at a life full of rich relationships. I look back on my life and I feel like I left it all on the table. There wasn't anything that I was too scared to do. I didn't leave a lot of potential untapped. I didn't not do something. And that, to me, that's going to be success. And it's more about the impact, the legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll say this, people would say, well, that's nice because you have a full bank account. Well, I'll tell you what, even if I lost every dime I have right now, that would still be the definition of my success.
Yeah, you're on a trajectory to hit that.
Yeah, because
you've had a friend for BFF for 37
years, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's really, so if you're listening to this, define success for yourself and then build your wealth to accommodate that. But
don't you kind of, I think if you have if success defined, maybe it's not fair to say, but won't the numbers kind of align with that?
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
as long as it's not just like the way some people set goals. They just throw something out there.
That's not.
And there's no process or habits to align those goals to.
Well, you are all about intentionality, right? Throwing a goal out there in the universe is not intentional.
Going to lose weight next year.
Yeah. You have to, it has to be intentional. So you have to decide what kind of life you want to live and what does that look like. And I'm not anti-finances. I don't.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, I really want the people listening.
There's so much more to life than money.
There is. And some of the most successful people I know are in the nonprofit space. And trust me, they do not make a lot of money.
Well, you've read the book, The Regrets of the Dying, I'm sure.
I have not.
You nailed it. There's 5 regrets of the dying. I don't remember all. But it's all about relationships and regrets and not pursuing things because somebody didn't want us to pursue them. A lot of what you said, totally identified with that. Are you familiar? Have you heard of the book?
No. Look at you giving me all these books that I haven't read.
An Australian girl wrote it. She did a blog. It went viral 10 years ago, and then she wrote a book. It's really good. It would be beneficial for you to read that one. But I had a point. But we don't want to get to this was my point. All of the regrets of the dying, none of them have a thing to do with money. Never. Nothing. Never. It's not about that.
No,
nobody gets there and says, I wish I had more money.
No.
It's more time with people or different choices.
Right. And I will tell you, currently, as we sit here today, my daughter is in a season of health crisis. And I'm not being melodramatic when I say we could lose her. Because of that, I had a whole docket full of speaking engagements and traveling and promoting said book, podcast, etc. And I can't do that because she's serious enough that I want to be here if I lose her. Because
you don't want to have regrets.
Right. And also, if let's say this is her last year, I don't want to give up any minutes. Right? Yeah, will that stall my process? Will that make my ascend to, my other goals slow down? Yeah. Will I ever regret that?
No.
Never.
Yeah.
I'm never going to regret that. So sometimes we have to do things that are hard, that suck. I mean, it sucks. I cried for a minute. I worked hard to get to where I was at. And then in one swoop, something going on that I can't control. But that's okay.
Well, the hard is what builds the character and what helps us define what regret looks like.
Yeah.
If we always do the easy, right, we just kind of drift and we never, going back to when you went off on your own, we never have the opportunity to reflect on ourselves and the hard questions of life because we're always just taking the easy road.
Yeah.
So as much as we avoid the hard, it is really good.
Yeah. Yep, I will say that. You know, I don't shy away from the hard, although I do wish there were some things in my life where I had
think
the
sometimes,
easy button.
I mean, yeah.
But that's okay. It's not meant to be.
And I'm not saying like go out.
Don't create your hard.
Do all the hard stuff.
Yeah,
No.
don't create your hard. And this is one thing, you know, as you and I are laughing about this, but there's a difference when I'm coaching people or talking to people. There's a difference between the hard is because of what you caused.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's storms that I've created in my own life that I have to own, that you created that storm, so you're feeling the consequences of that storm. And there are other storms that are just growth character storms that are a part of life. Identify the difference. Mm-hmm. Own the ones that you screwed up. Mm-hmm. Just know that's another failure to learn from.
Yep.
That's okay. Welcome to the human race, right? But then identify the ones that you can't control, and then figure out, okay, how can I still be intentional? How can I still live life well in the middle of this storm? So, because everyone has purpose.
Yes. Yeah. Everyone was designed with unique abilities and gifts.
Yep.
And I would argue a lot of people are not utilizing them. They're just taking it easy and
or if they're
missing out.
Maybe they don't even know how to tap into it.
Correct. But they're missing out on contributing to the world.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. And to themselves.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's it's kind of why we started this podcast, because I feel like people have, and I haven't been on the, like I've been doing self-help books for 4 or 5 years, but it really just elevated my mindset. Like people have so much potential, but they're, and I don't even know the percentage, but I think they only use a little bit of their brain from what I read. But we have so much potential as human beings and as Americans. As Americans, I mean, but so many people
Come on, preach it.
are not tapping in. And so we started this podcast, like, let's talk about it. Like, the enemy is complacency. And we believe if we live intentional lives, doing X, Y, Z, whatever it is, pick it, we can do so much more. Mm-hmm. And so we said, let's interview people who have cool stories, who can help people do so much more with their life than just take the easy road. And I love that you're talking about doing hard. Not that we have to lean into it, but it is good.
I'm going to say, too, do it scared. You know, when I'm teaching or training, I tell people, do not ever allow your emotions to determine your life.
That's so much easier said than done.
I know, but I am telling you, your emotions need to be felt and they need to be acknowledged. They cannot be the driver. Now, there is science to say that even our logic is moved by emotion. That is true. But to act only through emotion is to have a low EQ, emotional intelligence. We have to identify. And I know that's hard, but I tell people there's a physical reaction you're having when you are being emotional. You can feel it in your gut.
Yes.
Your neck will get hot, all these things. And those are cues for you to say, okay, my emotions are driving the bus. I am not. You know, and then there are cognitive things you can do that psychologists have created for you to get back down to center so that you do not allow your emotions to control your life. If I was allowing emotions to control my life right now, I wouldn't get up every day and go to work.
You wouldn't do most anything.
Right.
I mean, you would.
Wouldn't.
It would spiral to that point.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. It's just, anyway, I feel the emotions. I'm all about getting good therapy. Feel the emotions, process the emotions. I'm not anti-emotion, but don't let them control.
Well, and that emotion-driven mindset, I'm going to call it a mindset, is very fixed, right? Because it's only going to respond to how it's feeling. As opposed to the growth mindset that feels emotions, leans into those and says, I need to learn from this. So
yeah, people, don't give up on yourself. First of all, believe in yourself, become aware and believe in yourself. And then don't give up on yourself. And don't get your validation from other people, right?
How do you help people believe in themselves?
I call it you have to build your faith muscle.
Okay.
Your faith in yourself muscle. You cannot build self-awareness or self-improvement without action. Behavior creates attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Behavior creates patterns. It creates habits. And so, for example, I tell people we all have what I call your monkey on your shoulder. That monkey is that, you're too fat. You're not ugly.
Sure.
You're not that, blah, 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 whatever. Blah. When we do behaviors that are not best by us, we feed that monkey. But for example, when we procrastinate, people don't even understand. When you procrastinate, you have failed yourself. So you're feeding your monkey. That monkey that says you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, right? You're feeding that monkey. But if you create routine and systems, and then you build on those, you build your self-faith muscle, your brain and your body starts to believe in you. We're so worried about getting the world to believe in you, you forget to get yourself to believe in you. That's how it's showing up every day, honoring what you told your body and your mind you were going to do. It's showing up every day and doing what you said you were going to do, not for anyone else, but for you. So that you start to believe in yourself. You start to see your potential. You start to see your impact. It's convincing you first.
This is so good.
That's the key.
Reminds me, Make Your Bed. Have you read the book?
Oh, yes.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Just do it. You get one win automatically.
Yeah.
And you're reminded of the win when you go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I know it's a silly thing, but I promise you, the most successful people in the world put the carts back in the parking lot. Every successful person, really successful person I know, puts the carts back. Your behavior, your true successful behavior.
They don't even think about it.
No,
it's not
done
an
in the
option.
little things.
It's not even an option.
It's the little things, right?
Yep.
It's because you have an expectation for how you behave. When I put the carts back, I don't care about the other 200 people in the parking lot. It's that I physically would feel funky off if I didn't put the cart back, right? It's because I would be denying myself.
Yeah.
And so that's that thing that you just have to, what is it that you have, what behaviors do you need to be putting into place? So.
If you want to wear a billboard of a message of kill complacency or live intentionally, then check out my merch store. It's www.mindsetshop.com. Mindset is with an X, so it's MINDXET shop, SHOP.com. Mindsetshop.com. I've gotten into running lately, and
Good for you.
there's a difference between like street running and trail running. Specifically on race day, when you're street running, you can litter. Like it's expected. They just, I don't know why they don't care, but
They have people to clean it up.
they do.
Yeah, it's planned for.
But it is a sin. It is a sin to do it on the trails.
I can see that.
Like it is very frowned upon. And I had this friend, and he's done both. But he told me, I was joking about it with him. And he said, yeah. He said, in Oklahoma City, the memorial, he said, I was running that marathon. And he said, I dropped something. And he said, I still feel bad about it. But he's the guy that's going to be successful. Because even though it was acceptable in that circumstance,
Right.
it annoys him that he dropped a gel pack under the bridge.
Right.
And yeah. So I love that you brought that up. It's the little things. It's the little gel pack. It's the little things and how those add up in our life. And I want to ask you, do you think journaling plays into that? Because it can be a time of reflection on our wins. Does that help us have self-belief or not?
Depends on who you are.
Okay.
I think journaling is a fabulous tool if that's how you process.
Okay. So it's all about the process.
I think it's, I am.
But do people need a process? And is that That's my question, I guess. How do
Everyone needs to process. But here's the thing. I do not like cookie cutter anything. To cookie cutter anything says that we deny individuality.
This is so
And
good.
I don't like that, right? People tell me all the time, can you give me a script for that? Or can you give me a template for that? No, because it depends on your life and what's important to you. We take away the individuality. I don't like that. However, you're right. Journaling is a form of processing. Running is a form of processing, right? Driving in a car could be somebody's form of processing. Going on a walk could be somebody's form of processing. I don't care how you process, just process. Take the time to do whatever you process, to think through, how am I doing? What's going on? Now, I like to journal, and a lot of my clients journal, but I have found some very successful people that's not their jam. Matter of fact, my mentor tried to do journaling because everybody told him to, and he's like, I hate it, so he didn't do it. Well, he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars and is very successful. And it's Darren Hardy. And
I was going to ask you about him.
Yeah. So, he doesn't love
Jealous
it.
you got a picture of them.
Well, I've got a number, thank you, but I have a number of them.
His book, Compound Effect, is probably a top 3 book of mine.
Yeah.
So profound and so good. But
he's amazing.
Is he as good as his book?
He's better. But you better not be a snowflake.
Okay.
He's tough. If you get your feelings hurt or you like to get offended easily, don't go on a walk with him. So, because he's just gonna tell you like it is. However, anything he produces, I suggest to everyone. There's not a program or a training that he has done that I haven't done. He and his team have helped shape who I am today. But, and I do believe the Compound Effect is in the top 5 books. Simple book.
Simple, so profound. It's
because it's so true.
His opening paragraph says something like, I don't care what it is. If you're doing it, if you tell me how to do it, I will beat you because I will do it better and more consistent.
Yep. And he's not wrong. He's very driven. But anyway.
I had a follow-up to something a little bit ago, but I don't remember. Journaling. Processing. Here's my question. Do you feel like with our smartphone that it is a detriment to processing because it's just easy to just grab instead of going for that walk?
I don't know the science behind it. I'm not a scientist to give you stats
I'm just curious.
But I don't think it stops people from processing. What I think it does is it's numbing advice.
Numbing, okay.
It's no different than drugs or alcohol.
Sure.
Okay,
Yep.
Or overeating. Pick your numbing, and anything that you're doing in your life to numb is an indication there's something you need to unpack and deal with. That's true. That's the truth. And there's a difference between numbing and recharging. Numbing does not recharge you. Numbing is avoidance. Numbing is an addiction. Numbing hinders us. Recovery, rest, recharging, give us energy. There's a difference. So I think the phone has become a numbing device.
Sure. Absolutely.
And so that's my feeling on the phone, and a distraction. We talk about living intentionally. If we all looked at how many minutes we waste.
So our family does it every Sunday. We screenshot our average weekly time, and I always win, which means I lose because I always have the most minutes. But it's good accountability, and it's just good to see like. Micah always wins. If Micah's listening to this, Micah, he will always win. But it's good, regardless of who wins or loses. It's just good accountability to know that someone else is gonna check on our screen time. Because
I would definitely win in my family.
Minutes add up, and I'm like, oh, it's business.
No, I don't mean I would. I would have the least. My husband would have far more than
okay.
that.
Yeah.
I would rather read a
win.
book.
Yeah.
He would win. I'd rather read a book. Instead of doing this, I'll pick up a book.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's how you run. I read.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of books, tell me, what would be a favorite book of yours?
I thought about that before I came in, and I read a lot of books, and the number one, it has to be the Bible for me. It is the only book that consistently is changing my life. There's tons of books that I read, like The Compound Effect, QBQ. There's other books that I read, and they've all had an impact.
Sure.
But not like that.
Not the authority of the Scripture. Mm-hmm. How many, I'm just curious, have you read it multiple times?
The Bible? 5. 5.
Yep. Good job.
And every time I get something new, every time I feel like,
even if it's highlighted.
And I know if you're not a Judeo-Christian, I'm not trying to offend you. I have friends of all different faiths, and so enjoy your books. But for me, it's the book that it is the book that sustains me. It's the book that changed my life. It's the book that helped me go from impoverished and abused to success.
Curious, when did you start reading it?
When I was 10.
Okay.
It saved my life.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be here.
Mm.
And not just at 10, but in my 20s, in my 30s.
Sure. Your whole life, tomorrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Favorite or final message, if you have one, you got something happens today on the way home. Mm-hmm. You have one message to leave to the world.
You matter.
You matter.
You absolutely matter. I don't care where you came from, color of your skin, your background, where you're from, you matter. And you have value, you have purpose, you have potential, and you have the capacity to make an impact for yourself. You absolutely do.
So good.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Real quick, how do people follow you? Where do they find you?
It's easy. Athena at athenacaptain.com.
Okay.
We have free blogs. We have podcasts. Everything is on athenacaptain.com.
She has a book coming out next year.
I do have a book coming out next year. And trust me, if you go on the website, we'll be promoting it like we do. So all of that. But my heart is just like you. I want to help people. Mm-hmm. I don't want anyone to ever feel like I did as a little kid and say, how do I go from this to that?
Yes.
And not know not even climbing the ladder, Marty. It's where the ladder is, right? Where's the ladder? So, you and I are trying to throw the ladder out.
Yes.
And help people out.
Just start going.
Yep.
Start moving.
Awesome. But thank you for having me today.
Yeah. Thank you. Wanted to thank you guys for listening to the end. In closing, I just wanted to add that if this message resonates with you, if it aligns with your values, and something in it today triggered something, then you can also look me up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. We are really trying to help people live more intentional lives, to kill the complacency with which they have subscribed to. I know there's many ways which I get sucked in all the time. So if this is beneficial, follow me there.